All right, we're inside today, not in the shed. We're in the office. So, just got the printer yesterday. New Bambu Lab A1. Pretty easy to set up. Just currently printing now. We've got the time-lapse camera going, so I've got a Waze V3 time-lapse camera, and what it's printing right now is a mount to mount the camera here, so I don't have to have it balancing on the edge like that. Couple of other things I just printed was this basket. You can see there, come out spot on. It just catches all the stuff as it purges out. And then I also printed, that was the first print. You can see how nice that came up. We'll take that outside so you can probably see it better. Only thing is it's a bit small, so that was for the Mozzie Zapper or the Mozzie vacuum to fit in there, but you can see there it's too small. So I think I roughed it in, quickly designed it. I didn't know the sizes. This was in the shed. So I just kind of made it, and I'd scale it later, just make it bigger, and I forgot to make it bigger. But anyway, that's pretty cool. That's how that came up, really nice. And it's only got 5% infill, so it's kind of hollow inside. It's only got 5% fill on the inside, and it's as strong as, so really good. But it's going to go in the bin because it's the wrong size. So I've got another one. I've actually got it teed up on the computer, ready to go next. I think that's what this one is. So this is just a bigger version. There we go. So yeah, that should fit, hopefully. Let's go. So that's all the stuff that comes with the printer. Oh, and I put this stupid thing on as well. It did have some eyes. It's like a little Finding Nemo thing, but it just tells you all the information. It's pretty cool. It's hard to read when she's moving that fast, but yeah, it's got 13 minutes to go. Almost done. So I just updated the firmware, and it's got rid of. I've got to go back onto. So this thing that's in here, this screen, you have to Wi-Fi it to your computer, connect to it, and then you can adjust things. There's no app. It's just like a web UI kind of user interface as a web page. But you've got to. Took me a while to sort out because it doesn't like 5 gigahertz networks. It only likes 2.4. I've got both here, so I had to connect it, and because then it has to be on the same network as the printer. So then I had to change my printer to the 2.4. Not 5. So yeah, it was a bit of a headache, but I finally got it. I got it all working, and then it said, oh, let's update the firmware. So I updated the firmware, and I've lost all the cool animations that it's got on there. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I've got to tidy this up. So what I'll do, I've got some more of this wire wrap. So this came with the printer, but I've got some exactly the same. And I'll tidy all this up. I just wanted to get it all up and running. You'll see a video off my phone there, but you can maybe see it there as well. It's not the brightest in here. See the plant moving. That's it. This thing is violent, just really, really violent and fast. It prints ultra fast, so well, that's why it's violent. I thought this would be enough. This little thin kind of yoga mat. I don't know what it is. It's not. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to come up with another thing. I'm either thinking there's a real simple way to go and a very complex way to go. The simple way is have a look on the internet and see what other people have done with some thicker foam, and that might take out it should take out the vibration. I reckon that'll work. The more in-depth mode, that takes a long time, is to make a thick base, maybe out of just some 20mm thick MDF, something like that. Pretty much the size. Well, it's got to be bigger than the printer, so maybe this, yeah, I really don't want to go this route, but anyway, I just thought of it while I was walking the dogs. A big thick base, and then another thick base, so you got two bases, and then on the bottom base, you have some L brackets, or probably U brackets actually. You'd need U brackets on all four corners. And then on the second bit, so it's like a suspended platform that uses the bottom one as its base to hook the brackets to, and then you have it suspended on some rope or some kind of cord or something like that, and then that holds another base that's floating. Then your printer goes on that floating base with this on it as well. So that way your printer is completely isolated apart from being suspended, and it can move around on the eyelets, I suppose, that you put on that second piece, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll try and draw a picture or find something similar, but it's the only way I can think of to actually isolate the printer completely from the desk. Another option was to put a totally separate something here. I've got a cabinet that actually fits in there that we used to have in there, but I like the plant. I don't really want to lose the plant, so I'm not sure. Another option I was thinking of was some brackets in the wall there, very hardy ones, and then have a platform that comes out and sits the printer over here on its own platform just above the desk, not touching the desk. That was another option, but I really don't want to go drilling holes. It's a little bit too permanent. I don't want to do that. I want the printer in here. It's easy to move, but I do want it in here. But yeah, my screens are shaking, and yeah, it's just a little bit too violent to have in that situation like that. So if I can kill the vibration, we will. So we'll see how we go. This came up good, so that's all ready to go. I'm going to do that part next, so that base plate I'm going to print next. That's all the little bits left over from between the Pandanomi and the 3D printer, yeah, and then some boxes. We'll go out the back now anyway. So I've got to go. I might as well bring the camera because I haven't done any updates of the new house that we're building. It's not for us to live in. If you haven't seen any of the old ones, it's just going to be a rental. I got to go there this morning. So it's almost finished. It's almost done, which they've knocked it out. We've had a lot of not a lot of problems. It's just the guy next door is a bit of an idiot regarding the fence and things like that. So I'm pretty sure they're on top of those things now. I think the fence should be done. The brick pavings, the house is finished. It's completely done. They're just finishing off. I'm pretty sure the brick paving's done. The fence, the remainder of the fence should be done. And then there's a brick wall. I'll explain it on site anyway because it's a bit hard to explain, but yeah. So I've got to go meet another fencing contractor because we need a fence at the back. That wasn't included in the, I never included it as part of the build. But we're actually meeting the builder there on Friday. Today's Wednesday. So we're meeting the builder there on Friday. To have a walk around, make sure we're happy with anything, point out anything that we want fixed, and then 2 weeks later after that, so it should be just into December, early to mid-December, we get the keys. So yeah, we're only like 2.5 weeks away from getting the keys at the moment. So yeah, awesome. So looking forward to that, and then we can get it rented out. It's just going to be a rental. We were going to move there. We were going to build a 2-story house, big 2-story house, wicked garage, big, like double the size of what I've got now. But it just didn't work out, and mainly because of this neighbour. They didn't want. We had a nice balcony. It's only like less than 2 kilometres from the city, so it would have been a really nice view of the fireworks once a year that we have in the city. Would have been really nice, but we had this nice big balcony. It was about 12 metres long. It was pretty much the width of the house, and they didn't like that. They kicked up a stink because we'd be able to see into their backyard. So the only way the council would approve it is if we had 1.6 metre high, like instead of your normal balcony height, to stop people from falling off, which is like 1.1 or 1.2, they were saying we needed to have 1.6. So when you're sitting at the table, head height, you wouldn't see over it. You'd be all locked in. And I kind of said to him, I said, well, at 1.6, anyone can still walk up to there and look into your backyard. what's the point of that? That's just ridiculous. And we had to have screening on either side of the balcony, which would make the balcony just, you might as well just enclosed it and made it part of the house. So yeah. So anyway, I'm glad we didn't go with that. These guys seem to be very and when you see the house, you'll understand why it's not like a new house. It's the original house from like 1940 or 1950. It's in ruins. The old man still lives there. He's like 97 years old, and it's his son causing all the problems. So whatever. If they're going to be like that, and the bad thing is the son lives like 4 houses down the road. So if it's not the old man going to be causing problems, it's going to be him up the road. It's not like he's far away. So yeah, I'm probably better off just to distance myself from that. So yeah, and we'd get more money renting that house out than what if we kept this house and moved there. We wouldn't get as much money for this place because it's way away from the city. It's like 20 something kilometres from the city instead of 2. So we're better off doing what we're doing, even though the house is smaller. It's way smaller. It's like half the size of this place. We'd get more money for that because it's close to the city. And I'll try and film it as well, but they're doing a massive development. So you've got our house, this idiot neighbour's house, and then right next to him is like a 9-storey building development going right on. So he's not going to like that. But I mean, that will block a lot of sun out for us. It's east of us, so the morning sun until like 10:30 in the morning, you're going to be in a shadow of this massive building. So but I didn't object to it. I would, even if we lived there, I wouldn't have objected to it, because that's why you kind of move that close to the city, is to be close. It's going to be full of restaurants and offices and all shops and everything. So yeah, I wouldn't object to it, because that's why you live near the city. So yeah, if you're a foodie or a coffee person, I'm a coffee person, and I love my food, but you know, we don't go out all the time. But if you were that way inclined, this is the perfect spot. You could just, there's no joke, there'd be over 100 restaurants within walking distance of this place. So that's why the rent's going to be quite high. So yeah, it'd be good to get that rented out. There's a 3D printer just finished. So the only little things, so the builder's pretty much done everything, including blinds in the house, aircon's in. I got nothing to do apart from a little bit on the outside. Painting's all done, flooring's done. Yeah, won't be able to go inside today because obviously I don't have a key, and the builder is probably not there. But we'll see. Maybe he might be there. He goes there fairly often, but really he's got no reason to go there unless he's going there to look after this fencing. The fencing guys that are there now rebuilding the wall. I'd say the fence would be done, but the wall needs doing. But yeah, that'll be a good little update. I can't even remember the last time if I've even showed any of the progress on video. I've kind of once we started having all the dramas, I just read emails. I didn't even go there. If me going there today is probably the 4th time or 3rd time I've been there since it was sand. So I've kind of just lost interest in it and just pay the bills when they come, and that's it. Yeah, a little bit over it. Same people that are building this house as the people that built this house. So really good. Dale Alcock is their name. If you're looking for a recommendation or a review from me, that's 100%. They're really, really nice guys. And we've only dealt, there was the original lady when you go in and say, hi, we want to start building a house. Then there was the lady that does all your meetings, like choosing your colours, your tiles, your bricks. There was that lady. There was the original guy too that does the actual, will this house fit on the block, and does all the quoting and stuff like that. We've only dealt, and then the supervisor. So yeah, we've only dealt with like 4 or 5 people, and they're all really nice. Yeah, so very happy with the service from them. I mean, you're handing over a lot of money, and you kind of expect to be a good service, but this was above and beyond. Their shop where you go and pick, they have everything on site in one shop, so you don't have to go to a carpet shop to pick your carpet, and then go to the tile shop to pick your tiles, and then go to a sink shop to pick what sink you got, or toilets or whatever. They got everything there, so you're there for the day. They provide you lunch, really nice. buffet lunch, whatever you want, you can stay there. We actually didn't stay there. We went to a burger shop because we were craving burgers. But if you wanted to eat there, you could eat there. Coffee's on tap, whatever you want. Really nice. It's like going to a fancy hotel and you're building a house while you're there. It's really nice. But anyway, all good. What else has happened? So I haven't done a video for ages. It's been quite a long time. So I've gone and got 2 more bits of wood, as you can see here. And there's another one over there. I've already hung it up. So there's a bench over there now. We've got this bench that folds out. I didn't order enough hinges, so I've got another 2 hinges coming, foldy hinges, and we're going to put it over there. Can't remember if I mentioned it, but I think it is in a video, but I was doing the guy that does my tax. I mentioned to him that I was into detailing, and he said, "Oh, do you mind doing my car? It needs a clean." And I said, "Oh yeah, I can do that." Did his car, and while I was doing that, the lady from across the road said, "Oh, I didn't realise you detailed cars. I've only ever seen you clean your cars." And now she obviously knows what cars we've got, and then we got this red car sitting there. And I said, "Oh yeah, I can do it." So yeah, they brought their car over, their daughter, their son-in-law, they're right into it. So I was like, okay, I think I'm detailing cars now. But anyway, I haven't had one since then, so it's been a couple of weeks, but I needed more bench space. It's ridiculous just putting stuff on the floor. So if I am working on a car in here, these 2 cars are out and the car I'm working on is in the middle, so you got plenty of room to put the benches. I just found myself, I was putting the polisher on the floor too much, and you pick up 1 grain of dirt or a little rock chip in the polisher, and then go and polish your car, you'll just scratch it. So thought I'd do that, but it's working out pretty good. The RO system worked perfectly. I just done my car actually. It's currently like Black Friday, like almost exactly Black Friday, but all the sales have started anyway. And I've just been going stupid. I've bought, you can see here, this came yesterday. I got 5 litres of Sonax wheel cleaner, and then I like to put a bottle of these. These were actually half price. They were only $10 instead of $20. I like to put a bottle of that in the car every time I service it, which is every 10,000 Ks for all 3 cars. So yeah, I've got 5 bottles of that. What else do we get? Got a heap of stuff in here. Everything that I've run out of recently has been on special. So we got, so I bought some, I don't know if you can see it there, but CT18 Superwash, very good soap, and it's cheap. It's like $38, I think, currently on special for 5 litres. You can't beat that value. So I've got Nanolicious, but if I'm going to be doing a lot of cars, I think I'm going to have to buy it in that kind of. That's $60 for 2 litres, and that's $38 for 5 litres. And it's a good soap, works really well. It actually cleans better than Nanolicious, but Nanolicious leaves a better finish than that. But if you're going to spray your sealant, ceramic sealant, then it doesn't matter, because you want the really good clean, and then you're going to top it up with that sealant anyway. And then I just got another bottle of Bead Machine. I'll write the dates on everything, so that way I haven't opened that yet. That's why I've put Feb 26 on it, because that's about when I'm going to open it, because I've already got a bottle open. And same with this one, Sweet Rubber. That's probably my favourite wheel dressing. Works really well. I think there's a new one in there too. I did buy 3 things. Oh no, it was the soap and those 2. That's right, yeah. So all good. I'm sure there was other things I can't remember, but yeah, everything I've touched, I've gone, oh, I need more of that. And you look, and yeah, it's on special, like big time special. So I mean that Sonax there, the wheelie clean I only bought it because that only rocked up yesterday, and I needed some to do that lady's car from across the road. That's like $30 for 500 mils. Sonax wheel cleaner. It's got pretty good reviews. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know. The Bowden's one does work really well. Almost no scrubbing, and it'll rip everything off your wheels. I only used it yesterday and it worked flawless, perfect. So hopefully that's just as good, but that was $120 for 5 litres, so way cheaper. It's a big outlay, but you know, that's years worth of product there that you'd never have to buy again, so for a long time. Let's have a look. This should have cooled down. So you can't rip a print off. Yeah, so you can't rip a print off if it's hot still. There we go. Oh, I think no. Oh, how good is that? So, see how it printed? Obviously, it can't print in air, so it needs support. I don't know if people are right into 3D printers. So it has to print these trunk tree-like things to support it as it prints, and then they are made to come off. So the adhesion here is not the same as between. That is like, I'm quite shocked. That is unbelievable. And then they're made to come off. Normally you've got to scrape them and cut them, and that just clicked off. That's unbelievable. That finish is unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, all that's for, if you guys can see, let's have a look. There's probably not a lot. I'll open the blind because yeah, there's not a lot of light in this room. Actually, what is the time? Because I've got to go. Oh no, I've got another hour. So yeah, so this clicks into the camera. Perfect. And then, oh yeah, okay. Somebody's really thought about that. Have they? That's gonna fall. Oh, okay, gotcha. Goes in there. Does it? That doesn't look like it's gonna fit. Oh wow, it does. Oh, she's tight. I might actually scrub that back a bit. Let's take the camera off. That is super tight, but you do want it to be oh, there it goes. Nah, that's tight, but I don't think it goes in all the way because now we're matched up to that cable, so it's just a cable holder. Yep, I think that's all it's meant to go in. And then that goes there. Far out. Really cool. I'm going to have to tighten these up. These are a bit loose. But yeah, spot on. And then you just get your build plate. So they're literally throwaway, these supports here. So these... So these supports are just only there to support the top, and then they get thrown away. Yep, that's the thing for the Mozzie Zapper. Don't need that anymore. I've got a little stylus for the screen here because otherwise you end up with fingerprints, and I just touched it with my finger. Yeah. So yep, she's all tight. I haven't tidied any of the wiring up yet. I'm going to do that kind of last when I'm all happy with it. And then that comes off, so that just goes in this little bin, and then it's self-cleaning, so that's what that bin was for. Line up your plate. Done, magnetic, and she's done. We might as well start that print while we're here so you can see how easy it is. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, you just bring in your part from Tinkercad straight into here. And then this is like the third time I've used it, so bear with me. So preview. So if you drag that down, it shows you what your infill is. So that's what I was saying with the infill. So we don't need that much infill. You're just wasting plastic. So you go to strength. So it's got 15% infill. We'll just go 5. 5's plenty. And now that should have updated. Oh, there it goes. I think it's updating now. What's it doing? Yes, there you go. See, now the grid is a lot bigger. that's probably enough. I normally use, instead of grid, gyroid. Seems to work much better and stronger for less infill. So we'll just let that catch up. Oh, preview. It's like you got to click in and out. Yeah, okay. Yep. So you'll see the pattern there now is a lot different, but it's stronger. Stronger with only 5%. That's actually going to take 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it is currently 7:30. So 8:30, 9:30. Yeah, it'll be done by the time I get back from meeting this guy. So yeah, I think we'll just send it to the printer, and then so you're at that stage. You literally just go print plate. Boom, boom. So we're turning time lapse off because this thing has a camera built into it, but it's not a very good camera. So yeah, off. We'll do all the calibrations. Send it, and that's it. You literally just stand back and watch it. So if I go to the camera app for this, there's no rush because it has to do a fair bit of calibrating, and it's got a fair bit. Okay, it's upside down now. That's okay. Let's work through this. So advanced settings. So I'm on the camera app at the moment. So here we go. Rotate image 180. There we go. Now we should be at the right. There we go. So we'll just aim it directly at the bed there. Only thing is, because this printer shakes so much, it's definitely going to it's definitely going to shake the camera, but that's okay. So you'll see why you need this basket in a minute. And it's actually got like a brush, like a silicone brush at the back here to wipe the nozzle. So you see you got that little dag hanging off. That'll go away on its own. It's pretty cool. So this is telling me that estimated finish time is 9:54. So if you go here on the app, you go to time lapse. We're going to start it now at 7:30 in the morning, and we want to go till, let's just go to 10. Makes no difference. We'll go to 10 past 10. Save. Start. There we go. Yeah, see the angle's not great there, so we'll just lift it up. So that way you get a bit better angle. It's going to take trial and error, but that's okay. I don't even know if this is working. I suppose it is. There's an SD card in here, so I think it's storing it to that. So yeah, we'll see. And pretty much now, when I leave the house, I just go to my Waze app, or Wise app. It'll load, and then I can see what the printer's doing. That's not good. What's going on there? There it goes. A bit of a hiccup. So we'll just give it a bit more nicer angle like that. There you go. So it's cleaned its nozzle. Then it'll clean its nozzle here. But yeah, I can not be at home and keep an eye on it. And if I notice that something is not going right, like the first layer hasn't stuck or something like that, I can just then go to Bambu Lab Handy and device idle is updating now. So now we got Mozivac base, 2 hours 23. It's calibrating the dynamic flow at the moment, so it's spitting out some plastic as we can see there. 218 degree nozzle temp, 65 degree bed temp. There's your filament that you've used, and I can stop it or pause it from this app when I'm not at home. So that was the main reason of getting the camera, just so I can keep an eye on things. I mean, I could be in the shed and I don't want to come in here, so I can just check it out here. If you hit play, so the feed that you're going to see here is from the internal camera to the Bambu Lab. And you can see it's not the greatest view. It's half the base. But when it does lift up, it's better. But the refresh rate is pretty. I think it's a 1 hertz I think it's a 1 hertz refresh rate. We'll just hang about until it starts moving and you'll see. It hasn't moved on the camera yet. There it goes. So it's a picture every second. It's not actually a camera. It's just all it's doing is sending 1 picture every second to the phone. It's vibrating like anything at the moment, so it's got noise cancellation and vibration cancellation. So it figures out. You can hear it there. It figures out its vibration and then figures out what it needs to do to get rid of it. Otherwise, if you do print with vibration, like an excessive amount of vibration, it'll come through on your print as wavy lines. It doesn't look very nice. I don't want to look at that. I've got the better feed. So if we go to the Waze app now while it's moving, just got to let it load, and you'll see it's much more up to date. There we go. But it is in black and white. Goes to show how little light I do have here. They're cleaning the nozzle on the little wiper. It's about to start printing anyway. But yeah, much better feed. So all good there. And then that's pretty much it. If you're home, you just watch this screen. So we're already 4% of the way through it. You can see that, so 4%, got 2 hours 20 minutes to go. There are your temperatures, so it must heat up to 220 to really flush the nozzle out, and now we're settled at 145-ish. Bed temp is still 65. We'll just watch the first layer go down. It's quite, well, it's not slow, it's as fast as what I'm used to seeing on a 3D printer, what my old ones used to do. I think it's bed leveling at the moment, yeah. So it's got to do 49 point bed leveling, does 7 rows of 7. It's quite fast though. What was I going to say? Yeah, the first layer is kind of the speed that I'm used to. Once it gets going, she gets going. That's when it's shaking the table and everything. So yeah, pretty cool. I do have a light to go under this bar here to light it up, so that might stop it from going into black and white mode. And there we go. That's the first layer. So that's the circle where this basket will eventually fit into. So that's it there. So that's the starts of it, and then this should be the outlines. There you go. Yeah, it's much bigger than the other one. I really stuffed that up. Forgot to change the size and send it to the printer anyway. Yeah, so this speed of this first layer is quite slow. It just makes sure that it goes down solid, sticks to the bed. There's no defects in it. And then once it's made sure that second layer is down, that first layer, sorry, the second layer just it's ballistic. We'll come back to it when it's going fast. Okay, so we've still got 2 hours to go, but you can see it picking up speed now. I'm not fast forwarding this. You can see my hand there. I'm not fast forwarding anything. That's how fast it goes. Yeah, you can probably see it shaking the shaking the camera, shaking the plant. Yeah, big time. There's my light. So it actually plugs into the back of the printer with its own cable, and then has an on and off switch, so pretty cool. You can get better ones that plug into the back of the printer, but instead of having a switch, it has a light sensor, and you connect it up to the light that's on here. Actually, that's probably one thing I can do to make it so light. There we go, and now the light's on. So that light turns on and off by itself. It should do, as it starts printing, and then that triggers the big light to come on. So all good. Anyway, so I've just done some reading. Apparently this is the way to fix it. So we'll go to Bunnings, get a 400 by 400 by 20 mil paver. They weigh 8 kilos. And we're going to make it sit on top of that, and putting that kind of mass, the printer can't move that mass. So, and then you isolate it also with some some more foam, and and some felt pads. So yeah, it's not spring you want, it's mass. You got to give this thing mass, and obviously this printer can't move 8 kilos. So it should stop all this. My next thing is possibly connecting the desk to the wall, rigid. That's another thing that I could do down there. Just put a little something. But I think this will fix it. From what I'm reading, and there was a quick little YouTube video. CNC Kitchen, just checked it out. He did a whole heap of testing, and the best result he got was big concrete slab sitting on top of some big blocks of foam. Reduced all vibration and noise. I'm not too fussed about noise. The thing that's the most noisiest on this is the fan, and you're not going to get rid of that. It's a tiny little fan spinning very fast, so it's not going to get rid of that. So that's okay. It's the shaking of the desk has got to stop. So failing that, that's what, $14. Failing that, we're going to have to move this plant, make a separate desk over here. There you go. Now the big fan's just kicked in. Make a separate desk over here, and it can shake as much as I want, and it won't come through to this desk. I'd rather keep this set up though. I'm happy to raise it up a bit with a concrete block. What I'm actually going to do is mix up some PVA glue and water, and I'll paint that. So we'll do that today in this video, and we'll see what the results are like. I've got a dB meter. I'm not going to go measuring dB. It's not worth it. Alfie, Alf, no licking, mate. Other one's out cold. Do what your brother's doing. Come on. We might as well keep this video going and turn it into a 3D print and check out the house video. We'll give this a shot. I've got a dB meter. I'm not going to test it. I'll know if that plant doesn't shake anymore. We know we're onto a winner. All good. Let's leave it at that, so that way the video doesn't get too out of hand. I'm not going to bring this camera with me. I'm just going to use my phone if we do end up filming at the block there. It's not really a block anymore. It's got a house on it. So we'll see you there. We'll see you at the block, I think. I've got to leave pretty soon. I think it was 9 o'clock. I've got to meet him there. It's only 8 o'clock now. Charger for my remote control plane stuff actually failed. The second day after I got it, a vertical line appeared. I was like, I'm not going to send it back for that. Not worth it. I'll live with it. And then about a week and a half ago, a second line came. The first line was kind of in the middle, so it wasn't kind of in your way. The second line was to one side, which is right where the data is, where you read the data. So I was like, this is a bit annoying. So I'll kick off a warranty return. So I did that, and in that amount of time, the 2 days that I was back and forward with emails, they wanted to see video, pictures, fill out a form, kind of that thing. A third line appeared. So I was like, this is definitely going back. So I sent that back last week. They've actually just received it. That was that email just then saying, we can see the lines. We've tried to do a firmware update, didn't fix it. You got a new one coming in the mail. So pretty cool. So that's on its way. So I currently don't have. I've got one charger, but it's not very good. Today's Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to have Friday off because I got today off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go Friday or not. If I do, it might be after work or whatever, a bit later. But hopefully by the next time I actually do go, so next week sometime, I'll have the new charger. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, let's go. Let's go to the block. House. See you there. All right, here we are. So last time you guys probably saw this was a vacant block, and I was probably in that corner doing whippersnipping. So she's all done. I'm not technically meant to be parking here, but whatever. We're going to get a fence just to block this up, and then another fence to go from kind of that column. Or gate, obviously a gate first, and then fence, but we can't go to this line. It's 600 back. It's down here somewhere. So should be all good. She's pretty tight. It's only a small little spot, but good enough. New fence here. Okay, so they haven't done that fence down there then. They've still got that fence there to do. So yeah, that's on. Oh, so they've taken the brick wall. You can see the brick wall has been taken down there. So yeah, rebuilding that brick wall and this fence. But yeah, that should be happening this week. So that's my sister's house. So that's her house, this is ours, and that's it. Yeah, but anyway, I won't look around too much, but you can kind of see the colours we've chosen on the inside. Not bad. Good enough for a rental. There's a kitchen, if you can see through. Oh yeah, aircon's in. Cool. Alright. I better go and stay with my car, because just in case someone comes down that lane. We'll go and have a look at the go and have a look at this. So this is the problem child in that house. Lady that lives there is really nice. She's cool. So she's had to deal with me and my sister putting new fencing in. You know, she doesn't pay for it, so she's got a new fence there all for free. She's got 2 big dogs too. So yeah, all good. That's looking good. Yeah, and then this is the 9-story. I think it's 9-story. Pretty sure it is. So you can see there, they're going down big time. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's literally like a lane, that problem child, and then our house. And yeah, all good. So you can see our place is the only house that the front of the house faces a lane. Everyone else is the backyard, apart from this joint. But it's kind of blocked off. I don't know where the front of their house is. You must get to it from somewhere else or down. No, see, that's blocked off. That's blocked off. Yeah, so they've only got the garage here. But yeah, you can. I don't know if you'll see the city, because my sister's house is in the way now. That's why we were going to go 2-story. Oh no, you can kind of see it. That's why we were going to go 2-story and have a nice view, but not going to happen now. So yeah, I'm on ground level there, and I can see the city. So it's not that far. You can see it through there. So yeah, if you're up high, I mean, my sister's going to have a really nice view. From up there, we'll probably go to their place and watch the Formula 1, the fireworks, at some stage. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. So the house is a lot smaller than what I remember seeing on the plans, and I used to be a surveyor, so I'm pretty good at interpreting plans. But yeah, there's really not going to be a lot of gardening here at all. Like I said, so we've had to give for free. We've had to give 600 mil of our land back to the council for widening. So you can see these people have had to do it as well. So normally their boundary would be on this curb line, like everybody else's one, just back from the curb. But see, their new boundary now is where that white wall is. So there's a 600 mil gap there. So same with us. It's pretty much, if you do any major works to your property, renovations or building a new house, you have to give them the 600 mil. So eventually, when everybody does that, this lane will be 1200 mil wider. Yeah, so that's what we've got to do. So that's the original line. So back 600 from that, and that's, so like, I don't, technically from the back of the curb to 600, I don't have to touch it. It can leave it sand or whatever, and that's where the fence will be. The fence will be 600 mil off the back of that curb. So yeah, there's not a lot of garden here. It's pretty much just this little square. There's nothing here, so that's good. I'll definitely have to bring my blower and give it a nice clean up. I don't know if they do that, I'm not sure. Yeah, and literally that's nothing. So yeah, I'm thinking rocks or possibly fake grass down here. Yeah, I don't want anything that's too much maintenance, just to keep it simple. The people that are going to rent this out, they're going to be professionals. For the amount of money that I'm going to be asking for it, they're going to be, you know, someone that works in the city, someone that works in the city with, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be a lot of money. So yeah, they're not going to be your run-of-the-mill like me. There's no way I'd be able to afford to live here. So they're not going to have time to muck around with plants and mowing lawn. They're the type of people that would pay someone to do that. So yeah, it's going to be fake lawn, rocks, more paving, whatever, and that's it. I'm not even putting reticulation in. Just if they do want plants, they can go and buy them themselves, and look after it themselves. Hand water from the tap. So we'll leave it at that. Anyway, this fence guy should be here pretty soon, so I'll sign off. We'll see you back at home. I'm going to go to Bunnings. Actually, I bought my Neo, DJI Neo. The park where I fly out is like 5 minutes from here, so I couldn't literally drive right past it and not stop in for a fly. So I've just got the Neo with me. Have a quick fly. Then I'm going to go to Bunnings. We'll grab that paver. Go back home. I want to clean it up. I've got a grinding disc, so I want to clean it up, put all nice edges on it. There's no slag on it, and then I want to coat it with the PVA water mixture. Give it a couple coats, so that way the concrete doesn't keep falling out of it, just to seal it up, and possibly paint it. We'll see, but I think just the PVA glue mix will make it look pretty good, and go from there. And put under the printer and see if that makes a difference. But anyway, see you back at home. Okay. Just like that, we're back. So I got the paver. If you're looking for one of these, don't bother going to Wangara and Bunnings. Bunnings and Wangara. That was the last one. There's pellet was empty and the display was empty. It was only $7.50. It was meant to be, what I saw on there was $14. They were on clearance for $7.50, so it worked out well. I'm actually going to, I've got my cutting blade here. I'm not going to cut anything. It's a perfect size 400 by 400. But I just want to round over the edges a bit, get rid of these sharp edges on it. Do that on both sides. And then I've kept the foam. This is like really, really dense foam. That was actually out of the packaging of the printer. And that's what this is going to sit on. So the guy that I watched the video, he had it sitting on something very similar. Some pretty hard foam. You can't go hard rubber. It just transfers the vibration. You need foam. And obviously you can't be a soft foam because that's just going to squash it. It's 8 kilos. So yeah, so 2 for the front, 2 for the back. They're different sizes. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll crank up my hot wire foam cutter and we will cut these ones down to this size. We'll just slice them and that should do a nice job on it. We'll probably slice the other side because this is the bit that was stuck to the, it'll tidy that up as well, that roughy stuff there. So we'll just measure it. You probably could actually, looking at this, pull, it may even pull apart on a join. No, it's stacked foam. I'll cut it. It'll look nicer if I cut it. So all good. So that's it. So yeah, I'll put you over here. I'm going to do it in the garden because I kind of know what's going to happen here. I've got the hose ready to go. Let's move the table so you can actually see what's going on. Whoa, there goes my coffee almost. Wow, that was close. What did that hit? The hose. Almost lost my whole coffee that I just made. Yeah, you should be able to see that. And I'm going to cut it in the garden there with the hose on. Oh, that's heavy. Not cut it. I'm just going to round the edges, but I just want to keep the water on it somehow, like that. And obviously not wet the bangle grinder because that ain't going to go down too well. And put some things in my ears. Okay, that actually works surprisingly good. Yeah, perfect. It's just going to take me a while to keep spinning it, that's all. So I've just got a bit of water in there, and we'll just put a bit of wood glue. Hopefully I got enough. I think I do have some more somewhere else though. Alright, that's enough for now. Just see how thick it comes out. I'll leave that upside down. I'm actually going to pour a bit of water out. There we go. Okay, mix it up. Both sides and edges. Couple coats, just see how it goes. Till it starts getting a bit plasticky. We'll call it there. Okay, that's enough. So I've got a bit left, so what I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of water, but more glue, so that way the second coat is a little bit more concentrated. But we'll just let that dry now. We'll come back and see it in a bit. Okay, so it's made a difference, but I don't know if it's better. I think it's actually worse. You can see there, she's pretty shaky. You can see my tablet here is moving about. I can still hear it. Plant's still moving. This whole thing is still moving. So I don't know what that guy was on about. He might have been doing it for noise and maybe not vibration, and I didn't pick that up. He's I don't know, he's German or something. You can see it. It's shaking the whole desk. Yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I'm out of options. The only other thing I'm thinking of is taking this foam out and just putting this straight on this and hard mounting it and see what that does. I think it's shaking because this is allowing it to shake. It can move so much. Whereas if maybe we not hard mount it, but just straight this to the desk and get rid of these, we may be right. I'm wondering if I can just take them out while it's working. I think I'll be right. Let's have a look. Might be asking for disaster here, but we'll see. I have seen these print, as long as I don't bump it big time, but I have seen these print kind of upside down even. So I'm just going to be gentle with it, which is not really something I do, but and then we'll just slowly, one more. Okay. Yeah, I can, everything's still shaking. Screens, yeah, you can see the screens are still shaking here. It's probably not as bad actually. You can see the tablet there. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad. And it is doing that kind of is as violent as it gets, what it's doing now. Yeah. See, if it went at this speed, perfect, no worries. But that's too slow, and that's not what this printer's about. This printer's about speed, so. Yeah, I'll keep playing with it. My next option is to put a brace from the desk to the window frame. I think that'll be a cool thing to stop it going this way, and then it kind of needs something else to stop it going that way. But we might just do the one first from the leg to the window frame. I want to try and do it without drilling holes in the wall. I can feel the desk moving, so I reckon it's a feature of the desk being the way that it's mounted as well. Plus, I've got it standing on extender feet to get a bit more height out of it, so that could be making it worse as well. but it's definitely better without them. So we'll leave them out, and then do a bit of bracing from maybe wall to desk with some pads on the wall, and you just wedge it in, and then from here to the frame, window frame, and same thing, no drilling, nothing. It's just going to be a brace to take the movement out. But yeah, anyway, we'll leave it at that. So I've got the light on. I've got the extra light, which is just a turn it off from the switch yourself if you want to do that. So that's much brighter than the original, so that's cool. Camera is fully mounted, and I think I've got the angle pretty good. I put a bit more wire wrap and tidied all that up, so now you just see the one thing. You know what? I might even take this off. I might even print a spool holder so that the spool is separate to the printer, because having all this weight is probably not ideal as well. That's just more inertia for it to move around. So yeah, I might see if I can print something up where the spool is independent of the printer and just resting on something. So I might do that. Yeah, that might take a bit of shake. You can see it. You can see how much it's moving. So yeah, if that's moving, then that's another thing that this all has to stop from moving. So, but it's definitely better. It's definitely better without the foam. This was really moving. Now it's just slowly. So we'll see how we go with that. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Oh yeah, another thing I did was some conduit from Bunnings. I saw it when I was in the electrical section. I went, oh, that's a good idea. That's be perfect for this spot. This just had the two wires before, just on a mess, and you can't even see it now. So really good. It's just got double-sided tape straight to your skirting board, and put your wires in, and then just tap over that thing. Did a nice 45 join in there, and that is exactly 2 meters. That's where it comes in a length of 2 meters, and that's exactly what 2 meters worked out to be. Finished right where it needed to finish. So pretty lucky there. So that was good. Otherwise, I think that's it. So yeah, currently I'm just printing up a spool holder, because I don't know, it was by fluke or by accident, but I ordered a few rolls of filament, which I have in here, and you can see there, these are the ones from Bamboo Lab. They don't come on a spool, they're just a refillable thing. So I can use this one when it's empty to put on for one of them, but I thought I'd print some more up. They're like a two-piece design, and they click in. You put these in, click it together, and then you cut the straps that are holding these. You cut the straps that are holding these together, and it turns out to be one of them. So pretty cool that you can just print them yourself. Otherwise, they're about, I think to get them here, they're about $20 odd each if you want to buy. If you want to buy them by themselves to use. Otherwise, you can print them for next to nothing. It's 100 and something grams, 120 grams of filament. So at $25 a kilo, it works out to, yeah, not a lot. Definitely cheaper than that. But yeah, that's all the gear in there. So these are from Jaycar. So these are Elegoo branded stuff. So that's a TPU, and that's a PET G. These are all PLAs, and you can see I've got almost the same colours everywhere. And then that grey there. I don't know what the difference is between that grey and that grey, but one's dark, I think, and one's light, and then, yeah, but anyway, that's all I need. The missus wants some Christmas decorations, so I told her we'll have to go and get some paint. I'm not buying green and red and all that kind of stuff, just for a few Christmas decorations. So, yeah, it is what it is, but when you paint them, they actually come out nicer, because you don't actually even see any of the lines. Like from a distance, you wouldn't see it anyway. It prints really well. But yeah, as far as a Christmas decoration goes, if someone's going to go up and look at it, you prime it, spray a bit of plastic primer on it, and then paint it green or red, or, you know, majority green, and then with a paintbrush she wants a Christmas tree, so she's going to have to get a few different colours. You won't even tell it's 3D printed. By the time you put a few coats of paint on it, it'll look really nice. So all good. I'll slip in a photo of the Mozzie vac. So that is pretty much ready to go. The only thing I've got to do now is design and print something that clicks on over the top to hold the UV light. So that may be something I do while this is doing. So it's about an hour and 20 minutes for that spool, and then about an hour and 20 for the other side of it. It's a 2-piece print. Obviously you can't print them together. It's two. You do that one half, and then you do the other half, and so together it's about three hours or so. So I've got a bit of time to kill. So yeah, I might just jump on Tinkercad and just design a little clip that clips on over the piece of wood, and then it holds the light and at an angle or whatever, straight across 90 degrees, doesn't matter. It's so bright, that thing, it's going to attract. I've used it a few times outside, so that's why I'm going to this trouble to actually varnish it and 3D print up a few bits. It works really well. I've left it outside running overnight, and it's not full, but it's caught as much as it's ever caught in its life. Like, really done a really good job. And a combination, not just mosquitoes, it's got a moth, mosquitoes, little midgies, it's got all sorts of stuff in there, so it's working really well. So inside the house, because it's so bright, I'm actually thinking we don't put it in our bedroom, because if you put it in the bedroom, it's going to attract everything to the bedroom. So I think we might leave it out here or in here or something like that. We just have it somewhere else and see how it goes, and then just bring it closer to the bedroom. So if we still notice we're getting bitten by mosquitoes during summertime, then I'll just bring it a bit closer. I'll bring it as close as I can without it. So sound's not an issue. It's dead quiet now. The old one, the sound was the issue. Now it's too bright. So, but I'd rather have it too bright. Your eyes are closed when you're sleeping anyway, so you can't see it. Try telling my missus that. She doesn't agree with that theory, but anyway, she thinks light wakes her up or keeps her awake. Like a little light like that. I understand sunlight coming through your window, but not a tiny little UV light. But yeah, can't argue. So all good. All right, we'll leave this video here. House was pretty cool to see, so that's good. That's I met the fence guy there. He sounded like a really good guy. He's going to actually put some plinths in to retain a bit, and then the fence on top. So haven't heard back from him with a price just yet, but yeah, no rush. I still haven't heard back from council to get the permit anyway, so that's probably going to be, yeah, it probably won't be this week. I'd say it'll be next week. I'll hear back from them, so that'll be good. Once I hear back from them, then I can give him the all clear, order the stuff, and we'll get the fence done. But yeah, otherwise it's all looking good. We're going there in 2 days anyway to actually walk through the house with the supervisor and just point out anything that we want changed. Obviously not major things, but if there's a scratch or a chip in something, they'll fix it. And then they've got 2 weeks to fix it, and then we get the keys in 2 weeks' time. So like in another 2 weeks we'll have the keys. So yeah, all good. And then pretty much as soon as I get the keys, I'm going to start going there and just getting. I'll probably tee someone up to get some grass put in. I'm not going to do it because the way I do it, it's going to get ripped up in. Well, it'll go lumpy. I need someone to do it properly. So it's not a lot. If I've got to do it, I'm going to have to hire a compactor, a trailer, things like that, and I really don't want to start going. By the time I do all that stuff, it's cheaper to actually get a professional in and do a proper job. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. I'm going to have to do a bit of cleaning. If they don't do it, I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll send the cleaners in. Obviously cleaning the building dust, but as far as outside, I don't know with those leaves and stuff if they do that, but it's going to get dirty again. So yeah, I'm going to have to go there a few times to clean up before we rent it out to someone. So all good. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and I'll slip in some. Well, you would have already seen it anyway, but I've worked out the time lapsing on that camera, so you would have seen them already. But I'll slip in the time lapses of the few things that I've printed, 3 or 4 things. You probably won't see this spool because I'm going to start. I'll probably finish editing it before that finishes. We'll see how we go anyway. But yeah, all good. See you later. Catch you on the next one.